You don't need a title or a position to do what you do. That's my encouragement to somebody today. You don't need a title or position to do what you do. You don't need a title or a position to be effective. Many times people sit back and we don't do certain things because we think we're not qualified, or we think we won't be effective because we don't have the title or the position. But I'm just here to encourage you today. You have what you need inside of you. You have what you need inside of you. Many of you will go through your whole life without ever having a title or without ever having a position. But what God has called you to do is specifically for you to do. You don't need a title or a position to do what you need to do. A title or position just let others know who you are. But you do not need a title or position to do what you need to do. Let me share something with you. If someone was on the street sick and they couldn't breathe, and you knew how to do CPR, you don't have to be a doctor or a nurse to do CPR to save that person's life. And the fact of the matter is this: you at that moment will be more necessary than a doctor or a nurse, because you are at the location, at the moment help is needed. And that's what it's about, being available when the moment is needed. Let me say this again. If someone was on the edge of the road and they were dying, they couldn't breathe, and you knew CPR, but yet you weren't the doctor, and yet you aren't a nurse. But at that moment, you jumped out of your car or you ran to their aid and you performed CPR. You just saved that person's life without having a title or position. Let me give you another example. If somebody's on the side of the road and their car broke down, and not even so much broke down, but say they need a jump start, their battery gave out, and you have jumper cables in your car and you pull over, you have the tool necessary to help them, and yet you aren't a mechanic. So don't let title or position stop you from doing what it is that you have to do. Don't let title or position stop you. Listen, you have it within inside of you. The Bible says, Matthew 28, go into all the world and spread the gospel. Once you're saved and you know what the gospel of Jesus Christ is, you have that ability to share it with someone else, but you're sitting back because you think you're not qualified or because you think you're not good enough. Beloved, it's in you to do. It's in you. So what I want to do, I'm going to give you 5 tips real quick, because I want to share with someone 5 quick tips that you can do like right now. You don't need a title. You don't need a position to share your faith with anyone. I'm going to give you 5 quick tips and then I'm out of here, okay? Number 1, evangelize. And listen, the Bible calls us all to do that. It is not something that you need a title or position. Number 2, you can have just a plain conversation with someone. Just have a conversation. Everything in life, beloved, don't have to be so deep. Sometimes we make things more deeper than what it has to be, but everything in life don't have to be so deep. Just have a conversation with someone. Don't you know you can help save somebody's life by just having a conversation, by just letting them know the Lord loves you, beloved. You can make it. You're going to be all right. Number 3, very important. Live the life. Live the life. That's one of the easiest ways to reach people, by living a life. You don't even have to say a word at times. They just watch your life. They see the peace and the joy of the Lord on you. They see that you have a love in your heart. Number 4, invite someone to church. I know with the situations going on in COVID and all this other stuff, some people still might not be comfortable. But let me say this. I'm going to say this. And a lot of people might not agree with me, but it's okay. It's okay. I don't always expect you guys to agree with everything I say. But listen, if we can go everywhere else, we can go to church. We're not afraid to go to the grocery stores. We're not afraid to go shopping. We're not afraid to go to work. We're not afraid to do anything else, but we're afraid to go to church. Beloved, be ye delivered. Be ye delivered today. Be ye delivered. Because that's not making any sense to me. Get rid of that spirit of fear. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. But also we use wisdom. we use wisdom as well. And lastly, this is very important. Share your story or your testimony. You don't have to be qualified to share your story or testimony. You don't have to have a title or position to share your testimony. Because guess what, beloved? Nobody could debunk what God has done for you. Nobody can question or debate what God has done for you. When you have a real, true life experience, nobody can argue what God has done for you. So if you don't know what else to say, you don't know what else to do, your testimony speaks for you. Sometimes you just need to tell them, baby, it's going to be okay. Baby, I'm here with you. I'm standing with you. Whatever you're going through, I'm praying for you. That's how we can be effective. That's how we help people. Nowadays, we get so hung up on seeing other people get titles or positions or this and that. And it may seem cute or glamorous, but that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Because at the end of the day, it's what you do for Christ, genuinely from your heart. It's what you do for Christ that's going to last.